going on, people? Hey, how's it going? My name is Tyark. I just recently released my new single. It's called The Sailor. It's on all streaming platforms right now. And I wanted to make a video and show you guys how I made it. So that's what we're gonna do. Now, before I start, if you haven't heard the song, which I don't know what you're doing if you haven't, I will play a little piece of it right now for you. 'Cause I've been wondering why I feel like I'm drowning when you're sailing shore to shore. Alright, let's head into Ableton so I can show you the project. Alright, so here's the final Ableton project for this song. This song has gone through several different projects over the span of about a year. It's how long I kind of worked on it for. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I'll break down all the sounds kind of individually, and that's how I'll kind of work through the project and show you how I made everything. The first thing I want to start with are the drums. Throughout the whole song, very simple drum pattern, but it is very relevant throughout the entire song. And then as a bus for the processing of the drums, I just kind of have a multiband compressor on this car stereo preset that comes with Ableton at about 54%. That's kind of high. I wouldn't probably put it that high now, but when I made that song, that's just kind of what I wanted. So, and it works. And then we have a thermal that's just giving it some extra punch. And then for the individual sounds, there's the kick, the snare, and the hi-hats. It is very simple, but like I said, it works. The next thing that I'll highlight is the bass that's in the verse, and it sounds like this. And that's actually an operator on this guitar bass preset in Ableton with a bunch of distortion and some OTT and some transient shaping, and it kind of makes it sound like a real bass guitar in a way. And then for the actual drop, I used the same preset, but I guess with two thermals. And then this head crusher is just really boosting up the sub. And it sounds like this. So pretty much the same as the verse bass, but I guess with more sub. Next thing that I'll talk about are all the chord elements throughout the song. The chord progression is the same throughout the entire song, and it sounds like this. And this particular sound that I'm soloing is a very big focus of kind of the track, especially like the drop. And I made it in Wavetable, which is such an amazing plugin by Ableton. It's so simple and it just gives me exactly what I need. So if you produce music in Ableton, definitely spend a little bit more time looking at Wavetable because it's a beast. For the processing of this particular sound, it's just some OTT, and then I did some chorus and flanging, which gives it that movement, and then just some EQing. I also have some arpeggios doing this chord progression. Sounds like this. Very good for like ear candy. I think some of it's panning, and it fills up the space really nicely. I also recorded some guitars for the song with just my electric guitar into my audio interface straight in. Then I slapped Guitar Rig on them, and it sounds like this. Alright, I guess I'll go over the vocal chop that I have in the drop. And that is actually me, but pitched up, and I can kind of demonstrate that. So yeah, I just have it sliced up in a simpler here, and it is part of my vocal. I believe it's the like the chorus, and then I just have it pitched up 12 semitones. I have a thermal on it. I have some chorus EQing, de-essing, more OTT, delay. Basically sounds like this. And when I pitch it down back to its original, you can start to hear it sounds more like the actual vocals in the song. And then I kind of just messed around with the MIDI and I created this melody here. And yeah, that's how I did that. Don't be afraid to get a little wacky and might make something cool out of it. And then moving on to sort of some sound effects and transition sounds. I have this classic sample that I use in a lot of my projects. It's a downlifter. And I have this white noise sweep. And then, of course, a crash. I also have risers. This one by Virtual Riot, I really like. Yeah, and then I made my own riser out of a white noise sweep. And then I also have a reversed crash. And that all just leads into the drop. You might have noticed this this little setup I have going on here, and this is what I use for side chaining in my music. And it's a little preset that I found and then sort of kind of shaped into my own. I believe I found it on like a Reddit. But what it is, it's just a compressor and with sidechain to my kick. But what I really like about it is these macros over here, and I just have it set to all of the macros that I need. So I can just pull up this preset that I have saved in Ableton and then choose my kick from this drop down here, adjust the amount and the ratio and whatever I need, and then I have my sidechain all done, and it works perfectly every time. And then last but certainly not least, I'll go over the vocals, and they're all recorded on this mic. It's all me. I'm not a trained vocalist or anything, but I think I got pretty much exactly what I wanted out of the vocals and the processing. I really wanted it to be heavily auto-tuned, kind of like a Madeon style vocal. I don't know if you haven't listened to his music. I don't know what you're doing. And so I got pretty much exactly what I wanted with that. All of these tracks are frozen, so it might be kind of hard. The lead vocal, the processing I did for it was a manipulator. So this is kind of like it's a format shifter. I believe I shifted my formats just a tiny bit down, which made my voice seem a little bit almost deeper. And then I put this thermal on it, and there's a preset. It's in the vocal tab, and it gives this an amazing effect, and I love that preset on thermal. I don't know if I'm going to use it in any of my other songs, but it gave me exactly what I wanted for this vocal. And then I have the auto tune, and then I have a multiband compression to sort of tame the low end, and then an OTT, which apparently I had 65%, which I think is kind of insane now that I'm looking back on it. I don't know if I would still do something like that, but it worked. Like I said, I got what I wanted. And then I have a chorus. I have an EQ, just cutting the lows and then boosting the highs a lot. Oh, and in the middle I have a TDR Nova, which is a free EQ plugin. And the reason I use that is because of its de-esser. That's what I use for de-essing. Yeah, so that's that. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you maybe learned something from it, or if not, that's cool too. It would mean a lot to me if you could check out this song. It's available everywhere on streaming platforms, and you're going to be hearing a lot more from me soon. Drop a subscribe, go check out my socials. I would really appreciate it. Yeah, that's going to be it for this video. But yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.